Maybe we can set him on fire.
Whoa, look at this guy. How do I adjust my dragon dong? Huh? Okay, we got this. Fuck. Big roll, big roll. I've been excited to play Baldur's Gate 3 ever since I learned it was made by Larian Studios, the same people that made Divinity 2, which I am a huge fan of. I've been pretty hyped even before they announced you could, own a bear. Which, I mean, only increased my excitement if we're gonna be honest with each other. Now that the game is out of early access, I thought it would be fun to make a video logging my playthrough. First thing was choosing the difficulty setting. I'm not too familiar with the ins and outs of this Dungeons & Dragons rule set, and I'm not looking to get my ass beat too hard, so I go with balanced. Next, we get a cool cutscene with Mr. Tentacle Man here. He honestly seems like a nice guy who just wants to show us his cool fish collection. He brings one real close to this alien lady's eye so she can get a good look, and oh! Being the good-natured guy he is, Mr. Octopus then impregnates my eye too, which is really not cash money. Now that we've got a tadpole in our brain, we're on to the most daunting task of the game, character creation. The character creation in this game is amazing, and probably worth the cost of entry by itself. I kid you not, I spent over an hour and a half creating my character. How do I adjust my dragon dong? There's so many different options to choose from. You can be an elf, a half-orc, a gnome, a tiefling, a dwarf, human. I pick a human sorcerer. I do at least give him different colored eyes and a mustache because, you know, he's magic. Don't judge me. I go with the wild magic sorcerer subclass. This means crazy stuff can happen while I'm casting spells, which sounds both awesome and hilarious. After spending all this time meticulously crafting this beautiful man, I go through a few naming options. Should be a neon. I end up naming him Gavin. Now I'm ready to finally start playing the game. The game now wants me to craft a guardian for Gavin. I don't have any context for what this guardian will do, so I really hone in on the word guardian and build the burliest elf motherfucker I can. Gavin is in safe hands. As a reward for completing character creation, we're treated to this really awesome cutscene. This guy gets sucked off. This guy gets sucked off. Everyone is getting sucked off. Really great stuff. If you thought that was cool though, space dragons come in and start SEAL Team 6ing the place. After getting beat down by the dragons, Mr. Squidface eventually teleports the ship to hell. Like, literal hell. Or like, level 1 of the 9 hells if you want to be specific. Anyways, plot twist, hell is not a nice place, and the tentacle ship is attacked by Hell's neighborhood watch. This wakes up our beautiful mustachioed man, and we're left to explore the ship. The first thing I want to check out is the aquarium that was holding all the tadpoles and now have residency in my brain. Here we're introduced to our first instance of active skill checks as I choose to investigate the pool. Being an absolute dice rolling stud, I passed the skill check with ease.
The casing is fragile. The slightest touch could cause it to crumble.
Upon hearing this, I proceed to mess with the pool. Maybe not my best call. After exploring the room and doing some casual grave robbing, thank you, I look to find the way out. I find it and, it's an exit door for sure. Sphincter. I'm thrilled to learn that the doors in this place are actual buttholes. Not one to question another's architectural design choices, I evacuate myself from the bowels of this room and move on. I'm exploring the next room and start to hear what sounds like a kid's voice calling for help.
We are trapped. Help us. We're here.
This terrifies me, so I do the rational thing and try to find the source of the noise. I find it, and it's not a kid at all. It's actually an elf with a dynamite 18 pack. Oh yeah, I guess their skull has been cut off as well and their brain is exposed. Turns out it's actually the brain that is speaking to us.
You've come to save us from this place.
I'm not a mind reading expert by any means, but the brain isn't giving me the best vibes.
From this place you'll free us.
It's a little pushy, to be honest. I pass a skill check which confirms my brain is in fact bigger than the one I'm talking to. I put it together that this guy is actually an intellect devourer. I personally like my intellect, so I select the option to take this guy out. I know what you're thinking. Oh man, he's probably going to use a spell or something like that to destroy this brain. Nope, my guy goes fingers deep and crushes this brain with his bare hands like an absolute maniac. Disgusting. I go to loot the host body and crack up when seeing this Sears catalog photo of the brainless guy smoldering at me. It's getting a bit stuffy in this tentacle ship, so I head outside to check out the views. This game looks awesome, and it's really cool just to move the camera around and see the dragons fly by. While I'm taking in the views, the alien lady from earlier does a sick backflip over our heads and threatens to stab us.
Abomination. This is your end.
We both get a migraine, and our shared health issue creates a quick bond between us.
Together, we might survive.
This is Lae'zel. She's what's called a Gith Yankee, which are basically alien space pirates that fight against these Cthulhu octopus people. She explains to us that if we don't get these fishies out of our head, we will actually be turned into mind flayers. This sounds very not Gucci. She suggests that we fight our way through these demons to the helm of the ship and find our way out of hell. I think this sounds like a great plan, so I follow her lead. This is where I'm introduced to the game's combat system. Before making my first move, I spend about 5 minutes just browsing all of the different abilities and potential choices I can make. This is a deep game, and I mean that in the best possible way. There's no cookie cutter way to approach situations, and you really have a lot of freedom in how you want to approach any given matter. Seeing that it is a Dungeons & Dragons game though, I do of course just end up casting Magic Missile as my first spell. We clean up these guys, and Lae'zel compliments my fighting style.
You proved surprisingly adequate in battle.
I try to talk to her further
Not now. We must go to the helm.
and we move on to the helm. We enter the next room through another butthole, and Mom tells me not to push any of the buttons.
Back! Touch nothing without knowing its purpose.
I find these guys who are wasted out of their minds. This guy's drunk. Next, this person captured in this alien drying machine calls out to us for help. Here we get to see a more compassionate side of Lae'zel.
We have no time for stragglers.
I use my massive noggin to determine the type of magic that is holding her captive, and set her free using my brain. We share a quick headache together, which reveals that she's not the biggest fan of the Gith Yankee.
You keep dangerous company.
I wonder if she heard any of that, "Hey, let's abandon this lady to her doom" stuff that Lae'zel was saying. Anyways, this lady's name is Shadowheart, and she joins our party after grabbing this mysterious object. She also won't tell us what it is, which is a huge boost to confidence and team morale.
It's nothing. Trust me.
Enough of this chatter.
We squeeze through some more buttholes like a happy family of turds and arrive at the helm of the ship. Here we see our tentacled captors fighting against these devil guys. I think we can all agree that no one is having a good time at this party. Kraken over here then instructs us to activate the ship's transponder so we can teleport out of here. Lae'zel is surprisingly like, "Hey, this guy's bringing up some good ideas, maybe we should listen to him." I really don't want her to beat the shit out of me, so I go along with it. We begin to fight our way to the front of the room, and Lae'zel proves her strength by hitting this demon so hard, he ceases to become matter. Huh? We fight our way to the transponder, and Lae'zel gets to star in this cool cutscene because she touched it first. We're teleported back from hell and end up on a straight descent to, well, back to hell I guess if we don't survive this crash. Knowing that we're probably not going to make it, my character and handsome Squidward over here look deeply into each other's eyes. Right before we're about to kiss, I get domed by a rock and knocked off the ship. I fall to my doom and the game's over. I hope you guys enjoyed the playthrough. Oh, never mind. We actually get saved by a mysterious force that catches us like a stolen home run. We end up knocked unconscious and eventually wake up on an unknown beach. And with that, the intro sequence is over and it's time to start the game. Thank you guys for watching. This is definitely a series I would be interested in continuing, so please let me know in the comments if this is something that you'd like to see more of. Also, if you liked the video, please feel free to leave a like or even subscribe to the channel. Thanks again.